because it's time for the RBM Show!
Welcome to the RBM Show. I'm your host, Biff McMillan. Today on RBM, we'll be taking a look at the famous book and now popular Broadway musical, Hamlet, in modern English. Let's bring out our first guest from the story, Claudius, the King of Denmark. Claudius, it is great to have you on the show.
Indeed it is.
So Claudius, it is well known in the story that you were behind this whole ordeal. What exactly happened to cause such a great mess?
Well, Biff, it began when the King of Denmark was sleeping in his garden. While sleeping, I snuck up beside him and put a drop of poison in his ear. His death came soon after.
So you murdered the King of Denmark?
And took his queen and throne.
That's quite interesting. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Our next guest is a kind man, and is Hamlet's best friend. Please welcome Horatio. So Horatio, we all know that you played an important part in the story, but I have a question. How did you make the decision to side with Hamlet throughout his quest to get revenge on the king?
Well, it all started for me when I was walking the corridors of the castle. Suddenly, out of nowhere, the faint image of the dead king rushed past me. It was a shocking sight and surely made my suspicions of his death grow.
Is that all?
Well, then Hamlet told me that the ghost had spoken to him, and that his death was a murder. I had to support my dear friend.
Thank you for your time, Horatio. We are now going to bring out another important character from the story, Laertes. It is great to have you on the show, Laertes.
Yep.
So, how's the family?
Well, Hamlet murdered my father and drove my sister to her suicide.
I'm sure you feel quite bitter about what Hamlet did to your family.
You have no idea. He showed up to my sister's funeral and disgraced her passing. I wanted to kill him right there, but thought I would extract my vengeance at a later time.
How do you plan to get vengeance on Hamlet?
We'll see. I'll sharpen the tip and poison the blade of my sword before the fencing match against him. And if he somehow defeats me, the king always has a fallback plan.
Intriguing story, Laertes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Our final guest for tonight is the main character in the story, Hamlet himself.
I am Hamlet!
Throughout the story, you were plotting to get revenge on your uncle. What exactly went down at the end of the story?
Well, before the fencing match with Laertes, I discovered that Laertes and the king were plotting to kill me. So I stabbed Laertes with the very same poison sword that he stabbed me with. While I was slowly dying, I then took Claudius' life, finally getting my revenge.
Wow, that is some story. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Beam me up, pony!
This has been RBM. Tune in next week for a new segment called Epilepsy While Driving. Have a good night.